Hi everyone, NI and TI, like all the 8 functions, are consciousness, energies, capacities, lengths that filter the world, whether it is thing, object, living being, people, ideas, everything. NI is a perceiving, observing function, TI is a judging, deciding function, NI observe, TI decide. N, intuition, is imagination, picture, image, abstract, ID, meaning, essence, psychic, possibilities, signification. T is thinking, calcul, digit, number, operating, mechanism, logic, reason, true, false, right, wrong, correct, incorrect. NI is more the why and TI is more the how. NI organize information for themselves internally, their own understanding, their own way of perceiving, seeing things. TI decide internally what to do with information for themselves, if it is logic, correct, or reasonable for them, their own way to evaluate, judge things. NI is your will, project yourself to an image, to an idea, to an ideal, to the objective, to the next goal, to your dream, the intention. TI is your own logic, own reason, own reasoning, own calculating. NI, they understand fast other and thing, they project, imagine themselves into the mind of the other person or into the essence of the thing. NI like to know, to learn about what is essential, existential, important. TI, they probably understand when they see the logic in it, when there is logical connection between information. TI, all things are defined freshly, sharply, what things are made or composed of, what they are defined by, all things are made inside, the mechanism inside, or only one thing function internally. NI, the objective, the goal, the intention, the meaning, symbolism, the most possible cause or consequence, the essential, existential, the pattern, concept, ID. Example, if I take a black cube, TI define it as a cube of size 8 cm, painted in black, made of paper, with 12 edges, 6 faces, mainly composed of carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms. NI may see it as symbolism of Saturn or stability, as a decoration or object absorbing energy, deconstruct or unfold the object in their mind to find the pattern so they can build another similar later if they want. NI create new knowledge, TI create new system or new theory. NI imagine the best or worst possible scenario, case, ID, advice. TI think to the most solid, breakable or fragile information, thing, thought, argument. NI assess information and themselves in terms of essence. TI assess information and themselves in terms of logically congruent or incongruent. NI reduce and simplify. TI refine and define. NI is deeper, more intense, reducing information into one concept, pattern, ID. TI define, refine, redefine, make information more precise. NI doubt until it knows and is sure at 200%. TI is certain until proven wrong, but stay at 100% maximum. During the time, NI is blurry and become clearer, and TI is solid until it breaks. TI explore at 100% and NI goes further and finds the missing pieces 101% and much more. TI, the mechanism functioning, operating behind or inside. NI, the meaning, essence, behind or inside what is really hidden and lies behind the intention, the goal. NI, the substance, can be modified, changed, morphed. It is more or less fluid, flexible during the time. NI sees the overall scenario, ID, image. TI is sharp, precise, hard to break. It defines sharply. NI make connection, link, association, correspondence between information which have the same essence, pattern, meaning, ID, category. These connections may be logic or not. They also make link between information, scenario, event, by cause and consequence, always connected by the same ID, essence in common. There is high probability, high possibility that the same cause produce the same effect as the same consequence, and that the same consequence is the effect product of the same event cause. They are the most likely to detect synchronicity, sign of the universe, manifestation of the unconscious. TI connects the information by logic, mechanism, system, create and use logical link. NI connects the information by pattern recognition, essence, ID, create and use link of cause and effect, and make connection, association by ID, essence in common, so at least two types of connection for NI. These connections lead to understanding, new ID, new knowledge, insight, conclusion. At a moment, the connection can be done consciously by connecting the data, the dot, or they can come suddenly, done unconsciously, in the background of the mind. Example of one of my NI pattern association: lungs, trees, roads, veins, network have the same pattern image in common, however, they are not connected in a logical way. Both NI and TI deconstruct, dissect, go into the core but in different way and at different level. TI goes in the core functioning, operating, internal logical mechanism. TI, T, thinking, how it is made, built, construct, how something is thought, articulated, its mechanism. I, introverted, inside, internally, and concern one thing or information. NI goes deeper in the essence, substance. NI, N, intuition, the possibilities, layer, images, ideas, essence, intention, meaning. I, introverted, inside, one thing or one mind. It perceives the nuance, the paradox, everything and its opposite. To give you some analogies, TI is like the brain or computer, NI is the mind, spirit, essence, soul or etheric body. TI is a printed circuit board with connector, logical links. NI is the life, the light, the energy. TI an assembly of mechanical parts, a robot, an android. NI is the mystery, an enigma, a puzzle. If I take the correspondence with the I Ching, NI is like the water, fluid, flexible, adapt in time and space. TI is like the solid mountain, hard to move, hard to break, the rocks. NI update, improve with the time, the goal, meaning, attention can change. If I take the representation in my dreams, NI don't talk, don't ask questions, don't answer, share nothing, don't move. TI is something solid, hard to break. NI sees the world, information, as if they were made of pattern, ID, essence. TI sees the world, information, for their mechanism. The NI lens detect, know when something or someone is connected or disconnected from their essence, from their authentic self, their soul. At our essence, we are energy, light, love. With love we create, we are creators. NI detect and send the psychic energy, the essence. The TI lens detect, know when something is solid or can break, if something is solidly built or made. TI detects the error of logic, error of mechanism, error of operating. For TI, something is incorrect, something not logical, they think something doesn't make sense. For NI, something is wrong because it has detected the pattern that an information don't fit the pattern. They perceive unconsciously, psychically, by connecting the information together, conclude that something is wrong, or they may perceive by telepathy the information that something is off, that there is a problem. TI sees the logic, mechanism, building, structure. NI sees the meaning, symbolism, picture, image, goal, intention. Where does this lead? The conclusion, the point, the importance, the essential, existential. TI detect incoherence, the lack of logic, detect logical connection or disconnection. NI detect inconsistencies when something or someone change is not usual as a problem. Detect connection and disconnection from the essence, whether it is by connecting the dot consciously, by a sudden aha moment or insight unconsciously, or by telepathy detecting the energy. TI focus on the operating, logic, mechanism. NI focus on the essence, existential, importance, primordial, even primitive, always see other possibility, new way to solve a problem. NI detect and solve the problem. TI detect and correct the errors. Concerning the people, TI detect their functioning, how they operate, their mechanism, how they function or work, when they say wrong things that are not accurate, not logic, not congruent, don't make sense. NI detect people intention, their behavior, their essence, their soul, their energy, know when someone is off, when something is wrong in the psyche, mind of someone, when someone is not honest, not authentic, cannot be trusted, is not reliable, the psychic state, when they have a problem within themselves. They naturally analyze and understand without effort the behavior of humans and animals. NI interpret, see the meaning and symbolism behind the image and also behind the behavior. The behavior are movement, sign, images of the body that can be interpreted, and NI is the best to do that. To remember a number, TI remember it directly, store the information as a number in the T category. NI remember better a number. When they put meaning to it, they have to associate it with another information which has the same or similar concept, images, ID, sound. I can choose to store a number as a number in the T category, as an image, symbolism, ID in the N category, or as a sound in the S category, depending on what I choose to link the number with. TI probably can remember things without connecting them one by one. NI is more chaotic and energy consuming. To remember an information, we have to connect it to another information, put a meaning or image on it, attach another information with. When I think or remember something, most of the time or always, I don't remember only this one information, but two or more information that are attached, connected to it. It's a network, it's multi-layer or multi-dimension. In terms of functioning, NI filter remove unnecessary and unimportant detail. TI filter remove what is incorrect, wrong, false, illogical. For NI, if an information corresponds to the pattern, it keeps the information and associate it to the pattern image. If the information doesn't correspond to the pattern, the information is rejected. For TI, if an information corresponds to a framework or internal system, it keeps the information and connects it logically to the framework. If the information doesn't make sense in a logical way, the information is rejected. TI understands well what is related to technology, computer, mechanics, science, mathematics. NI understands well what is related to psychology, human behavior, psychic and spiritual domain, philosophy and art. NI create concept, pattern, ID, vision, insight, aha moment, conclusion, solution. TI create framework, logical rules or constant, internally logically consistent framework. TI build an internal logically consistent framework. NI build pattern, concept, ID, images, meaning, vision, dreams, project, goals, objective. NI is more like a network. NI navigates the world by creating, detecting, and using pattern, concept, ideas. TI navigates the world by creating, detecting, and using framework. And they apply it in different contexts, domain, information at different scale. Concerning the character, the stare eyes of TI seems to say, "Don't bother me with emotion, it's wrong, incorrect, not logic." They seems to judge you. The stare eyes of NI seems to say, "Don't bother me with detail, talking, and too much words. What are your intentions?" They seems to see your soul, the real you, and we really see your soul. NI are the one almost no one care about. They are misunderstood, the one people devalue, underestimate, think they are stupid, whereas they just function very differently. TI are the one almost no one like, because people don't want to know, face, confront the truth, don't want to be corrected. NI may see themselves as soul, mind or spirit, detached from their physical body, from physical world, low sensing. They seem in their mind on another dimension or unconscious. As we know, NI has access to the unconscious, not surprising if they seem unconscious, like not there, not physically present. TI may see themselves as android, robot, detached from their emotion, not emotionally present, low feeling. They seem in their thought. Both NI and TI individuals tend to be pensive, resourceful, and obsessed with self-reliance. NI, they seem to be in clouds, in space, or in a plane. TI, they seem to calculate, program, process something, computing, like a computer or robot. The NI-DOM may feel exposed or seen solely because of their SE inferior, and TI-DOM may feel attacked or judged solely because of their FE inferior. NI prefer not to share their ideas, project and plan. TI prefer not to share their thoughts. NI are here to improve the mind and mental health of people, simplify their life and improve the world, help people to integrate their shadow faster, heal their mind, reconnect to their essence, to themselves. TI is here to correct people so they have the right information, to correct the information, everything bring precision, do things with more exactitude. NI solves the problem and TI corrects the errors. Both NI and TI are also here to share their knowledge. NI-DOM, their default mode, is to perceive, observe, visualize, discern. The TI-DOM, their default mode, is to decide, judge, think, calculate. In a situation where they have to wait, NI observe what happens around. They are always on survival mode, on their guards. They observe the detail, things, people, everything, and guess the cause and consequences, what happened before, what will happen next, because they have already seen the same pattern, same scenario happening at a different time in a different space. TI are often on their phone doing something. NI is more clairvoyant, an extrasensorial perception that encompasses retrocognition and precognition. When we raise our consciousness, we raise our intuition or perception of the unconscious. NI is more the psychologist, detective, philosopher, advisor, guide. TI is more the mechanic or the scientist. NI is insightful, psychic, mysterious, deep, intense, magnetic, flexible. TI is confident, certain, sharp, more picky, robust, stand hard to move. From rational typology, TI, the making of claims on how some things operate, create protocol for you to adhere to. NI, the linking of categories via cause and effect, organize data to create patterns of cause and effect, create cause and effect structure for you to understand things through. N, intuition, operates in the realm of pattern. T, thinking, operate in the realm of protocols. For John Beebe, MI, imagining, knowing, divining, TI, naming, defining, understanding. Intuition is a perception via the unconscious. Thinking, tell you what it is. MI, look at the big picture in the unconscious. TI, reflect on whether a particular construction really accorded with the conviction of inner truth. NI is concerned with the background processes of consciousness. TI function frequently goes on refining its conception. When the patience of others has been exhausted, it does not know when to stop. As always, it is my perception and reflection. Write a comment, especially if I said wrong information about TI. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.